17 on Snettertons farm here. And yes, we're back on the save game here again after having some technical difficulties. I kind of mentioned it there last episode. For some reason, could not get the save game to load. Kept getting render device error messages. Ended up having to revert the save game. Oh, I guess I'm not far enough over. Okay, let's try that again. Anyway, had to remow the field there and re-chaffed it here. So this is our second load going into the fermenting bunker here. And then like I mentioned last episode, we're going to go ahead and pick up the remaining grass here with the forage wagon. We'll just get this unloaded here. And I think the Fent here is going to be our most likely candidate for pulling that forage wagon. And yeah, hopefully that problem doesn't come back there with the render device error message. I guess we'll have to wait and see once. Not entirely sure what caused it or why. Haven't been able to figure that out yet. And like I said, reverting the save game has fixed the issue. One thing I have done since last episode as well is update the Seasons mod. So now I have a new version of the Seasons mod. Sounds like just a lot of bug fixes and a few additions and whatnot. Nothing too majorly has changed from what I could tell. One of the biggest changes I noticed was apparently you can make days longer now. So instead of 9 days, yeah, we can go all the way up to 24 days now. So 24-day season length. That seems like a ridiculously long season length. I suppose that's good if you're maybe playing on like a really big map or something, I suppose, but... And then one of the additional changes I noticed as well, grass will now rot or disappear inside of trailers and forage wagons. You do want to make sure you get your grass picked up and stored. It, of course, did disappear and rot on the ground, but now it will disappear and rot in trailers as well. So don't think you're just going to store it in a trailer somewhere. You will have to have a storage point for it or bale it. And this will probably just store in the main farm silo there. We don't have a silo, I don't believe, that will store it at the cow area here. I'll have to see what's in the future, though. That probably would be nice to put one up there so we can just leave it at the cows. And then, of course, if we have some at the main farm there as well for the sheep, that would be perfect. So it looks like the mower has finished the work. Not sure if we're going to mow the other field or not. Was kind of debating on that. We can go ahead and mow field 1 as well. Kind of thinking maybe we'll wait till the second growth stage there for that field, just to see if there's a difference. I don't know if the Seasons mod has changed that or not. At least prior to the Seasons mod, the grass in the second growth stage always yielded quite a bit more. So it's always wise to wait to the second growth stage there for grass. I don't know if it quite doubled the yield, but it was definitely pretty close to doubling the yield on grass. And like I said, I don't know if the Seasons mod has changed that at all or not. Very well possible it has. And with the update to Seasons mod as well, the Seasons mod I had before was Farming Simulator 17 contest mod or something like that. So this one is considered a new version of the Seasons mod. I couldn't just kind of drop it in and replace it. I had to delete out the old one. But it seems like all our settings were saved. We're still the same temperature, same time of year. So that's good. I was a little bit concerned about that with the mod name changing. Okay, a couple more windrows left to go here. And like I said, we'll just put this in the main farm silo for the cows and the sheep. Oh, I got a partial windrow there. What did I do? Missed that one, I guess? Not sure why that's kind of a partial windrow there, because that's not the one I left off on. The one I left off on is the second one from the top there, I think. Anyway, looks like we're definitely getting a good amount of grass off this field, which is good. We got 2 loads there from chopping it. And as somebody pointed out as well, we are chopping it. It doesn't look like the chopper's actually turning it into chaff, though, so worth noting. Looks like even though we are pulling the Massey Ferguson, and I would call it a chopper, maybe it's actually not a chopper, I'm not sure. I'm just assuming it is. It doesn't look like it's actually chopping it. It is just actually blowing it into the wagon, essentially, as grass. So worth noting there. I guess it technically doesn't actually really matter. You can definitely put grass in the silage bunker as well, or the fermenting silo. So it doesn't really matter if you have chaff or grass. Either one works. Okay, what do we got? 1, 2, looks like 5, 6 more windrows here. Actually, might fill this up yet. If that's the case, then I'll probably bring the chopper back and we'll chop the remaining bit. Get as much silage as we possibly can. We can sell any extra silage that way. Definitely some money would be nice here. Yes, looks like this windrow is actually going to fill it up. Okay, then. Okay, we'll take this to the main farm then. And like I said, we'll grab the chopper, bring that back there, and chop the remaining rows. There should be more than enough grass to last the cows well. Speaking of which, while we're going past, we might as well check. Do they need any? They're actually sitting pretty good. I suppose we could make some mixed rations as well. And we do have the mixed rations maker sitting there. Oh, how much do we have in storage? 21,000, yes. Let's actually put this into the mixed rations maker here. Seems like a good use of it to me. And of course we'll have to get some silage and straw for this yet as well. Some grass goes in the far one here. And I'm assuming this will take it all, by the way. And hopefully it doesn't actually rot in the mixing station here. I don't think it will, but I guess you never know. That would definitely be less than ideal if it does. And while we have this here, I just noticed the cows are dirty there. I wonder if we can use this to pick that up with. Find out. Yes, we can. Okay, excellent. And we'll just dump it back in. And tell them not to make a mess next time, eh? Okay, we'll bring this back to the main farm, then we'll go back, grab the Oliver there with the Massey Ferguson chopper. And like I said, we'll chop the remaining windrows there. Probably a good half a trailer or so, I'm guessing. And like I said, that'll give us some extra silage. Hopefully we can probably sell some. At least once we actually have the silage anyway. Okay, and I do have the pull-behind chopper for corn as well. At least I don't know if you can. Can you do more on this than just corn? Doesn't actually say, does it? Okay, yeah, it just says chaff. So I'm sure you can at least do corn on it. Like I said, I don't know if you can do anything else on it or not. I guess we'll find out when we go to use it. And we'll read some comments here in a moment. Danielle was saying, can you please get a pickup truck? Well, we actually have 2 pickup trucks and a Lizard Road Rage on the map here. We got the F-350, we got the NLD supply truck, and like I said, we have the Road Rage as well. Not that there's really that much to do with them other than like the supply truck maybe. So yes, like I said, the NLD supply truck here. This has seeds, liquid fertilizer, and dry fertilizer. And let's see, which one are we in here? This is the F-350 here. A good truck here for pulling stuff around with. Has the hitch in the back as well. And it does actually slide back and forth. And of course, hitches on the back here for trailers and whatnot. And then we got the Road Rage. Again, kind of another pointless vehicle here, at least in the game. Of course, you wanted to drive around in it, which is really all we used it for. The first episode, I think it was there. Chopping here is a little bit slower than the forage wagon. We can only go 6 miles per hour. Mason Run was saying, great video. Thank you very much for that. Bryant was saying, thank you. Not entirely sure for what, but he says thank you, so okay. Lucas was asking, what does next animal mean? I'm assuming you mean under the animal screen here. When it says next animal in, so in this case for the cows, next animal in 215 hours. That means in 215 hours, we will get another cow. The reproduction rate, meaning the cows are reproducing every 224 hours. So every 224 hours, we're getting another cow. And this is the current countdown. Here's the next animal. So like I said, down to 215 hours remaining before we get another cow. So going from 8 cows to 9 cows. I know, wow, right? Hopefully we can grow that number by just a little bit. Although maybe not by Texas numbers. Again, for those of you who watch the Northwest Texas series there, we had a whopping total of 10,000 cows. Definitely not easy to feed by any means. Thomas was saying, oh, steering with a keyboard isn't easy. Guess who doesn't have that problem? Keep up the good work. And again, for those of you who watch the live stream, you'll probably get that joke better. Yes, that is kind of why we switched to the steering wheel there last episode. The articulated chrome cargo there. Again, it's not that it's necessarily not hard, just kind of annoying to steer, might be the better way to put it. Oh, there's that gate. Yes, we could probably use the gate there. Had been a little bit quicker going down the road. Forgot all about that. Bryant was asking, what is the name of the harvester you were using to make chaff? And great video. Thank you for that. And the name of the chopper, or harvester, is the Crone Cargo. And there's like a lot of different versions out there as well, so I'm not entirely sure which version we actually have. Obviously, it's a red and black one, so if that's of any help. I do not have a link for that in my mod list. Again, that's another one of the mods that we got from the multiplayer server, or I got from the multiplayer server. I think that is one, I'm assuming probably either Nick or maybe Joker got that one. Okay, mower, need to move. I don't know why the drive control arrow is on. That is rather annoying. Now, obviously, I do use drive control, but I do have the shuttle mode, which is what that green arrow there meant. I do have shuttle mode disabled. But why it's on, I don't know. I have it disabled both on the drive control XML, as well as disabled at the mod level. So it's disabled in the mod as well. And you know what? Do we have another shed here? Not really from the looks of it. Okay, we might as well just park this up here maybe. Oh, we're bringing back to the main farm, I guess. I don't really have a shed, another shed here, so. And again, just a reminder there for anybody looking for the mods that I do have, at least the ones I've downloaded and installed anyway. I do have a mod list in the description, and again, that's for the mods I have downloaded. So if you're wondering where a mod I have came from, make sure you check out the mod list. And again, I will emphasize there are some definitely missing from the mod list, because again, those are ones that I either got from the multiplayer server or were sent to me. So perfect example there would be the Crone Cargo. That is one I got from the multiplayer server. And again, for those of you not familiar with the multiplayer server, if you want to join us on Farming Simulator 17 multiplayer, make sure you check out any one of my multiplayer videos for information for joining. And again, I'm not the only one that maintains the mods on the servers. So that is why some of the mods I actually get from the multiplayer server. And why I don't have download links for them. Of course, when you go to join the server, we do have download links that are provided from the server itself. So you actually download the mods there from the server. Rather important there, if you ask me, to actually download them from the server. If you download them elsewhere, no guarantee they're going to work. Because when playing Farming Simulator multiplayer, it is very important you have exactly the same mod that the server has. Now, sometimes even something as simple as uploading it to the server seems to change it sometimes. Mathos was saying Seasons mod has an update. I wonder if that has anything to do with your issue. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Like I said, I did update the Seasons mod. That definitely did not cause the issue, though, because I had not updated the Seasons mod at that point. And in fact, I hadn't changed out any mods at that point. I hadn't added any or removed any. So, kind of weird that that happened. Hey, no saying, just watching the Oklahoma series. Yes, it seems like that is still one of my more popular series as yet. Oklahoma was from Farming Simulator 15. And at least so far, they have not released the original Farming Simulator 15 Oklahoma map yet. There are a few edited versions out there that, again, at least in my opinion, aren't quite as nice. Jax was saying the John Deere 4760, I own one myself. Good for noise, but it only travels 18 miles per hour. Yeah, not particularly quick there. Jack was asking for York County logging. Is this York County, Pennsylvania by any chance? I have no idea on that. But seeing as how they're both named York County, why not? And York County, by the way, is server 3 on the multiplayer servers. We got server 1 there with City of Vasquez. Server 2, Southern Cross. And server 3 is York County Logging. Again, server 3 has kind of been our testing. And now it's mostly just our logging server. So whenever we feel like doing any logging, hop on that server. Kind of get your logging fix in, shall we say. Joe was saying, right up your alley. Have you seen the John Deere 8970? Yes, I have, and I actually have it downloaded as well. And I have looked at it. Definitely seems like a nice older four-wheel drive tractor. Mathos was saying, oh my, a lot of OCD going in there. Okay, just about done here. And again, we'll be putting this straight into the fermenting silo here. We'll ferment this into silage. And at least at this point as well, there's no way we're going to need this much silage, so we'll probably sell a bunch of it. Oh, speaking of which, where is a good spot to sell silage? The biogas plant, I'm assuming, but is there anywhere else? BGA1, BGA2. Oh, there's two. Interesting. And Jeeves Mill. So BGA1 definitely has the highest price. I don't know if we'd be able to sell there, though, with a trailer. That would be the only issue. Obviously, we'd have to transport it with a trailer, so... Nope, it works. I was going to say, probably a little too close, but nope, it worked. Okay. Oh, what a curiosity. Whoa. Hello. Got almost inside of it there. Oh, what are we looking at yet? We got 10,000 silage in there, so it's slowly making some, I guess. I don't know actually how quick this is, to be honest with you, folks, so I really don't know on that. Well, it looks like 900,000 of everything. And we got almost 100,000 in there. By the time it's done fermenting anyway. Okay, at this point, I think that's pretty much all we can actually really do here. Well, of course, like I said, we want to mow another grass field. I think we're going to wait for that. Just want to see if we get a better yield in the second growth stage. We'll just leave this all hooked up here. Okay, one thing we do need to do, though, is re-fertilize that field. So, where is the fertilizer spreader at? Actually, over here, isn't it? Yes, there it is. I'm assuming it's down to 1 level here at this point after being mowed. Oh, looks like it's actually down to 2. Yes, it looks like it actually is. Field 5 needs to be fertilized again as well, doesn't it? Actually, we just planted that, so... Or did we? No, we did not. That's right. With the save game lost there, it is no longer planted. Okay, so we probably need to get on that as well. We can get that field planted. I completely forgot all about that. Now again, there obviously we did have it planted. In fact, I think the entire field was planted there. Again, with the revert in the save game, unfortunately we lost that. So, oh well. At least we didn't lose too much. It's pretty much everything I did for episode... whatever, last episode. That's pretty much how much work we lost. So, again, like I said, not really that much. And I'll be planting soybeans here. Guess we can do a little of this ourselves here. Do wrap up the episode. And again, like I kind of mentioned there last episode, we're getting the render device error message there for loading this save game. Don't know what was causing that. Unfortunately, the Farming Simulator log file is of absolutely no help for figuring out what's going on with that one. I tried to dump a bunch of different things and ended up, just like I said, reverting the save game. Possibly a mod that's causing an issue, but again, I don't know which one. You know, outside of just starting to remove mods, which is obviously a lot of work. So yes, hopefully the issue doesn't come back. That would definitely be ideal. Anyway, with that, folks, I think we'll wrap up the video here. If folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.